again we have Simon with us. Bonjour Simon.
Bonjour mes amis, hi guys.
And we're gonna do another installment of Simon Says. And as you can see, we're gonna talk Longines. On my wrist I have the Longines Legend Diver that really kickstarted the whole vintage reissue. And today we have a watch that you must have seen on social media, a brand new release from Longines. And this time they were smart enough to have them available fairly quickly, within a couple of weeks from the announcement. Our friend Simon passed by the AD, the brand new one here in central Hong Kong, left his interest, and they called him back a week later. So Simon, what is this watch?
What is this watch? As you said, this is the watch that most of us will have seen on social media. It's the Longines Masters Collection 190th anniversary. So as you said, I think that was 2 weeks ago, or maybe 2-3 weeks ago, started to see some posting on social media, a lot of conversation on the different WhatsApp group that we're part of. And this watch caught my attention, the simplicity of the watch. But first and foremost, I would say the dial. If you take a look at the dial, it's very simple yet very special. You can see the reggae Arabic numeral engraved. They are engraved quite deep. It almost looks like they are manually engraved, which is not the case obviously for this price range. So I've read and I've heard that they do it using laser, but they pay a very special attention to make them quite deep, to give this very luxury kind of finish that almost looks like it's handmade. Also, if you take a look at the dial, it's very neat, very clean. There's not too much wording around it. It's also a finely grained surface, so it's not smooth. If you take a look at the dial itself, it's very interesting. Also, obviously, the blued hands. So all of this together, the complete package, make it like a very simple yet elegant three-hander dress watch.
And also an interesting rail, as we say, with the minute track.
Exactly, the rail is, you see all the little dots on the minute track. The way that is executed, there's a little slope in it. It's a little bit deep. It's quite interesting. It's another element of details that makes this watch quite elegant and refined. So again, the dial caught my attention. I show my interest, and in less than a week, they just give me the call. So quite interestingly, I was with my son at his rugby practice, and then received the call or the WhatsApp message. Went there, picked it up. My son liked it, so I decided to grab it. And you know me, right? There's a couple of little details I like about watches. I'm a sucker for a clear case back, so I know the movement in this watch maybe doesn't deserve a clear case back. But let's talk about the movement if you want. But also something else, I like butterfly clasp. I know you're not a big fan yourself, but me, I think it gives a little bit of more refined, more luxury touch. But it's not the most practical way to have a watch.
I'm just clumsy maybe. So the caliber is the L888.5. I'm guessing correct. It starts with an ETA.
Yeah, so the L888.5 is based on the ETA A31.L11, which is basically an upgraded ETA, because that ETA is also derived from the well-known ETA 2892-A2.
Right.
One of the characteristics, the power reserve is 72 hours. You have a silicone balance spring, 21 jewels, and it's 7 BPS, so 3.5 Hertz. And there's not too many watches at 3.5 Hertz. If I remember correctly, I think my Omega CK 859 is also 7.
Yeah, it's the Omega thing. Set it detuned to make the coaxial work better, if I understand well the reason. So in between the 3 and the 4 Hertz. So you guys be the judge.
Very smooth second hand. Something else, as you can see, the rotor is a little bit decorated, so Côte de Genève. and the caliber itself, you see a little bit of perlage. Obviously, all this is made by machine because at the price range of this watch, you cannot expect any hand finishing.
Do you think they should have gone for a manual wind for this type of watch and save a bit of thickness, removing the rotor and maybe closing the case back to save even more thickness?
That's a good question.
Would have been interesting.
But look at the thickness of it. This is only.
Well, it's not thick at all.
It's 9.35.
They could have gone almost ultra thin with this.
Yeah. As you may remember, my Mont Blanc Héritage Chronométrie Ultra Slim is like below 8 millimeter. I don't remember the exact measurement, but this one here is 9.35. Even though it's automatic, it's extremely thin.
That's really good.
So talking about measurement, let's go into it. So the lug width, we're talking about 21 millimeters, so maybe not the most practical, but
just to drive you nuts.
Yeah, you know, myself, I really like to get like a custom-made, tailor-made straps.
Really
so I don't care because I will always go for the more expensive kind of strap. So everything is custom-made. In terms of lug to lug, it's 46.5. So the lug are not too long. So even though the watch is 40, it's actually 40 millimeters.
Yeah, they're very short. Very short.
So this is something we've been talking about just before shooting the video. You know, for me, a dress watch, the best measurement would be 38, 39, you know, 38.5, maybe 39.5, but below 40, in general, it's better, I think. This one is 40, so it's a little bit on the breaking the limit of what I would consider a good measurement for a dress watch. But because of the lug size, because they're not too long, not too extended, so overall 46.5 lug to lug, it still goes well on the wrist.
It will wear modern, let's say. I was super interested in getting the watch myself. I'm glad that you have, so I don't have to spend the money again. In person, I hope it translates well on this in this video. On the camera, I think it looks really chic, really well made.
I think it's an excellent value proposition.
It's something you think you're gonna keep for a long time?
Well, you know me, I don't get rid of my watches. I need to confess this one was maybe a little bit more of an impulsive buying than anything else I bought before. But still, like looking at it, I really appreciate everything about it. It's like, I think it's an excellent value prop. It looks much fancier and more expensive than it is. Like talking about prices, here in Hong Kong, you can get this watch for a little bit above 18,000 Hong Kong dollar. So it's still very affordable, I should say.
2,300 US.
Yeah, I think a little bit below 2,500.
Did you get a discount there at the boutique? Or is it,
I've tried, man. You know, I showcase my Instagram, Simon Says with wristwatch, if you're interested. So I showed them my Instagram. I told them, like, you know, I'm really into watches. I'm a collector, I would say, like more an enthusiast than a collector. Look at my collection. I'm serious about this. I own many watches. I'm a good client of Omega. Can you do something for me, please?
And they replied, if you can afford an Omega, you can afford this Longines. And you might be very much into watches, but we are very much into making profits.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they said in a different way. So
well, you're one of the first ones to get this one once again. And I think it's gonna be very popular, like the CK859 of Omega that you showed us pretty much before anyone else had a chance to put that on the wrist as well. Okay. Anything else? How was your holiday in Thailand?
Pretty amazing. You know, Hong Kong is just reopening up. Between parentheses, I should say, because it's not a complete reopen, but yeah, getting out of the
tentative reopening.
Yeah, tentative reopening. Yeah, getting out was such a great time. You know, like spending time with my son and my wife in beautiful northern Thailand, like enjoying like mask-free holiday. Like that was amazing. Yeah, I wish I can just go back now. I think my next destination, obviously, I'll go back to Canada for Christmas. It's been a while, but Besides that, I would like to go to Japan. It's been a while I haven't gone back to Japan, and there's a couple of watches I would like to see in the flesh.
I'll go see them for you because I'll be there early November. But yeah, since we're talking Thailand, I'm gonna say Saudi Cap to all the Thailand collectors. There's a big collecting community over there. And if any one of them wants to reach out to me, uptickwr@gmail.com, I would love to review some collections from Thailand, a country that we love. And we love this watch as well. Well, I think unless you have anything else to add, I'm gonna say thank you, merci, Simon. And in the end, Simon says, what does Simon say about the Longines?
Simon says this Longines Master Collection looks very fancy and more expensive than it is.
Ooh, value for money. Here we go.
Good value. Merci beaucoup.
Merci Simon.
Au revoir.